The white man is the devil. See, I've been here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot, they like to claim this shit, they like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be a bull with their hands and have authority. They don't really need that authority, they don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with your head, niggas stop and ask you, give a damn what you talk about. Give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray without these niggas. Yeah. So everybody ain't with on that preach talk, everybody ain't with on that mic on me. Boy, that shit stop and ask shit. My niggas serious. Boy, when they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, what the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. You can't stop on your blood. You traded you in and bought a new bitch. Askyetheprophets, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I say you won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers trying to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed and I'm on parole because of the COVID. It feel like the whole in this world and done together. No one's going together. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the skull never settle. Askyetheprophets. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Oh yeah, niggas stop and Askyetheprophets. You know, like we all come together. You know what I'm saying? They say God sold up the world. God sold up the world and go, oh yeah, niggas stop and Askyetheprophets. Give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe. You gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray without these niggas. Yeah. Ain't you the one y'all don't pray without these niggas. Stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, yeah, but you not stopping and shit. But I'm gonna step outside of the show. The fake niggas, they sound like I got it. Let's go, let's go. I ain't taking no loss. Ain't no talking, but we got the flow. Ain't no peace, just play with your heart. With your heart, be low to the right now. Thanks, I know we can't keep it slave. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got you, baby, mother, on high, on high. Baby, dance through the fire. Askyetheprophets, never be so below to the law. How dare you afford it? You never will fail, bitch, I can afford it. I can piss off, you bring me up. They was your leaders weak, let the lies slip through their teeth. They ain't these stop and Askyetheprophets.
That's just the reality, Christian. I'm sorry to make you feel. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years. But that's what the church is still lying. That's why they exist to lie for money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop and Askyetheprophets. Give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe. You gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Real world out these niggas gotta stand up, serve my God. Real world out these niggas. ISUPK presents As Ye the Prophets Weekly Podcast.
Every race in the movie.
Send in your questions to Askyetheprophets@gmail.com or Askyetheprophets on Facebook. And your questions will be answered live every Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shalom.
Every race in the movie.
Most High in Christ. Shalaki for the small technical difficulty. Rocking out them songs. We're going to be up and on by next week. We're going to have it up and going strong. You understand? I am welcome to the first episode of Askyetheprophets podcast. We are a One West ISUPK under Commandant General Yahana production. You understand? This is where you can send in all your questions, man. Send in any question you got about God, the Bible, religion, real patriotism, love, hate, whatever, marriage, raising your kids, whatever is on your mind, you send your questions in to DM Askyetheprophets on Facebook or Askyetheprophets@gmail.com. You send in your questions and yours might get chosen to go to bring out in any particular show and be answered live. So with that, I am General Mayakaahla. We got, clap it up. We got Officer Police Officer Diet in the building. We got Police Officer Barzal in the building. We got Trooper Ibad in the building. And we got Sister Rights Battalion Bob coming, showing support, feeding the brothers and looking out. The why. So the first thing, Yediah, before we get into the first letter, I want to touch on that Kamala Harris story. Like I said, you want to touch on it and read the title, man, and just talk about it a little bit. And then we're going to start with these questions. We have some good questions sent in, man. Beautiful. Y'all keep them coming.
Right.
Y'all keep them coming. And again, like I already knew, it showed that Israel got a lot on their mind with little understanding. You understand? And we've been telling you, come on through for years and get that understanding and learn. But I know some of you stubborn. You know, some people, you know, you ain't made it to class yet. But if it's on your mind, send in your questions.
Right.
And I gotta say, pay your tithes. Pay your 10%. That's the law. I know you tout. I don't eat no pork. I don't eat no shrimp. I follow the Most High's laws. Well, tithes is the law. Pay your tithes, man. Send 10% of anything the Lord bless you with. You give it over to the ISUPK. That's how a nation runs. That's how a government runs. You understand? You got that first one, Yediah? And let me give a shout out to Slocky, the captain of Kai of Philadelphia, man. For that fire song. That song, brother, is off the hook, man. Kai said, boy, your ass better stop at Askyetheprophets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, oh man, he got bars up in that joint. Most High Christ, the water Hebrews, the water. So let's do it.
Tennessee Governor to Vice President Kamala Harris, abortion isn't healthcare.
Abortion isn't healthcare. This is what the devil had to tell Kamala Harris, man. The so-called, listen, those Republicans, they understand murdering these babies ain't right. Murdering these babies ain't right. You understand? But these Democrats, man, they damn near make you want to like the Republicans. They trying so hard to murder our babies. Read on.
Tennessee Governor Bill Lee took to Twitter on Friday to disagree with a statement made by Vice President Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris made a statement. They got that statement?
Kamala Harris said on the 48th anniversary of Roe versus Wade.
On Roe versus Wade, the making murdering our young black and brown babies legal. Go ahead.
We recommit ourselves to ensuring that everyone has access to care, including reproductive health care.
Reproductive health care, she's calling abortion, man. They're going to recommit themselves to the genocide of black and brown people, man. This is what's going on with your new presidency. See, the problem with Donald Trump, he was too brazen. You understand? He was too raw for Caucasian people. He was too raw. Like the American politics in this government, they done had slaves for a long time. So they know how to be subtle with their slaves. They know how to be professional with their slaves. They know how to make the slaves help them enslave themselves. That's how professional they are. But Donald Trump, he wasn't cut from that cloth. Donald Trump, old gangster mob boss that don't like to hold his tongue. Been rich forever. So he come in, get the presidency, and then he do what the hell he want, man. He was too raw, too Archie Bunkerish. You understand? That's where the whole mega thing, Make America Great Again. That's that Archie Bunker. Those were the days. He just loving. And black people think because of their vote, oh, we did it. We got Trump out of there. No, you didn't. White people got Trump out of there. Right. Caucasians got Trump out of there. He was just too brazen and raw for how the American government has to run. They're not used to his style. So they did a big vote to get him out of here. We only remember, we 11, 12% of the whole country. You know what I'm saying? So they got Trump out of here. But now he out of here. But now you got a new slave master. This slave master, he ain't going to call you a shithole country. He ain't going blatantly and blazingly disrespect black people and everybody else. But he will do the subtle things that the government always been doing, a.k.a. this abortion thing, man. They trying to bring back strong. Remember, when Barack Obama was president, Joe Biden was his vice president. And Barack Obama was not pushing homosexual marriage and all that mess in the beginning, but Joe Biden was. He was pushing that mess, and homosexuality destroys the black and brown family. Right. And so he pushed it so hard that Barack Obama had to smile and accept it and pass laws on it, man. And now here go old Joe again with his vice president, Kamala Harris, And they doing the same old genocide they always been doing to black people. During the time of Moses, they tried to murder Israelite babies. Y'all read it? Y'all read it when Pharaoh heard the prophecy of Moses being born and delivering Israel. He started to murder the babies, man. That was abortion. That was full term. A lot of these, all the way up to 2, he was murdering them babies. Guess when else it happened? During the time of Christ. When Herod heard that Christ was going to be born, that a prophet was going to be born to deliver Israel out of his hand, out of the Romans' hands. Right. You understand? He did the same thing. He put a decree out to murder Israelite babies, man. Now we're in 2021, and Joe Biden and Kamala Harris is revamping the same thing, man. The same thing to murder your babies. And this Republican Caucasian man told this East Indian, Asian, whatever she is, told her, wait a minute, abortion ain't health care. How you gonna call that health care? What the hell is healthy about ripping our babies out of our sister's stomach? What the hell is healthy about the baby being born and you shooing him off to the next room to take all his organs out and murder the baby, man? That's not health care, man. The Caucasian, our oppressor, is still the same old devil, man. Give me Lamentations 4:18, and I want Jeremiah 50:7. I'm gonna go through these 2 points quick. Whenever y'all get it. This is ridiculous, man. This is ridiculous. Donald Trump and his regime woke up all the minority of oppressors in America who want to be blatant, who want to be like Archie Bunker, who want to hang you from trees and not hold their tongue, man. And they want to show that I'm happy with this white privilege. I know he put his knee on George Floyd's neck and murdered him, but hey, as long as we ain't done, they okay with that. They okay with that. And Donald Trump awoken this minority sect of so-called white supremacist Caucasians, man, our oppressors. He woke them up, and now they want their land back, man. Now they want their time back. Those were the days when they could call us whatever they want and do what they want, man. Right. And they want that back. They want that back. But the rest of the Caucasians in America, our oppressors, they wasn't ready for that. So they fought to get rid of Donald Trump. And they got rid of him, but now there's another type of racism, another type of genocide. Donald Trump would have just shot you in the head, hung you by trees, and gassed you. With his people, Joe Biden, he'll smile at you and shake your hand and make you love him. He'll feed you. He'll feed you and say nice things to you and maybe buy your child a gift, and you'll smile and you'll make him your God. And he'll push abortion to murder your children, man, and to steal the organs out of your babies. And make young black girls think that that's okay. I'm healthier without this baby that God gave me, man. This baby that God put in me, I'm healthier without it. I'm going to tell you, the white man has always been the devil, man, and still is. That's right. And still is. Read.
Oh, God. This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, and verse 18.
Go ahead.
They hunt our steps.
They hunt our steps, man. They always on the hunt. Whether it's Republican, whether it's Democrat, liberal, whatever, QAnon, whatever, the left, the right, they all hunting your steps, black people, because what you're going to realize that you have no part in America. You wasn't part of the Constitution that they wrote. Civil rights don't mean for you. You understand that we the people did not mean you. It didn't mean us, man. So what do we do in a system, in a kingdom that's not for us? We come together tighter, man, and we form our own protection. We form our own government. We form our own army, and we can only do that if we're on one page. That's why the Israelite School of UPK is not affiliated with no other religious or Israelite group. None. Right. We got the answer. All you got to do is fall in line. Read.
Oh, God. That we cannot go in our streets.
That we cannot go. Anywhere we go, they hunt our steps. Give me Jeremiah 50:7. Don't you know America been watching us since they took the chains off us. Right. They've been watching us and seeing what we like, seeing what we enjoy, seeing how we move day to day, and then they go sit down and have councils, those crafty councils that they talk about in Psalms 83. And they make laws outlawing the things that we like to do. They outlaw the things that we just do naturally every day, man. There wasn't no problem once upon a time, but then they make a law to make it illegal, and they throw you in jail for doing simple. You sit on your own step and drink a beer. You ain't hurting nobody, but you go to jail for it. You understand? You walk across the street in the middle of the damn block, you'll go to jail for it. No traffic. You'll go to jail for it if they want. They make a bunch of laws to make what our people love, black and brown people, to make what we love illegal, so that they can put us in their system back into slavery, man, in prisons. Read.
Oh God. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 7. All that found them have devoured them.
Everybody that found us, man, from the Edomites, from the Chinese who get rich with them, the Japanese that get rich with them, the Africans that get rich with them, the East Indians, all of them get rich with the so-called white man. But why ain't blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians getting rich with them? Because we ain't a part of that. This is a purpose. They do this on purpose. We purposely are put on the bottom, man. That's why, again, in Psalms, they call us the hidden ones, because we the ones that hide under this hidden under the cover. You want civil rights? Fine. Minorities need civil rights? All right, let's give it to them. Let's give it to them Asians over there. Let's do this for the minorities. Let's do that for the minorities. But what about blacks and Hispanics? No, don't sweat that. Let's take care of these people first. We'll get to them. We'll get to them one day. And they never get to you. Read.
Oh God. And their adversaries said.
We got adversaries on this earth, man. Anybody that's not in the ISUPK is an adversary.
Right.
And we got adversaries that run this country, that run this earth, man. And these adversaries, our enemies that run this earth, this is what they say. Go ahead.
We offend not.
We don't offend. We ain't doing nothing wrong. That's what that means. They ain't doing nothing wrong. They ain't forcing us to go into the abortion clinic. But boy, they talking some nice game. And all that witchcraft and those smiles and those handshakes. Black people run to the abortion clinic. Why? Because Joe Biden said it's okay. Because Kamala Harris said it's okay. We now we accept homosexuality. It's okay now. It's an alternative lifestyle. Let them be free. Let them choose and do what they want. Not knowing it's destroying the black family, man. We can't get kids and raise families when two women is bumping asses together, man. We can't have families and raise our kids right and be strong and fortified when two men is acting like women together, man. Read.
Oh God.
Give me that second story.
Because they have sinned against the Lord.
And you know why our oppressor don't think he doing nothing wrong by treating us like he treat us? Because these people that run this earth, the president and all those that's above the president, they know who we are. They know what this Bible says. They know that blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians are the lost tribes of Israel. And they know we got laws that we're supposed to be living by. And they also know if we don't follow those laws, God will turn his back on us and deliver us into their hands. And now they want us. They want us to be in their hands. They want us to be slaves. They want to be able to treat us how they want and have nothing happen to them. So they got to get you to disrespect your God. They got to get you to disobey your God. And that's what we got. That's why so many religions out here. That's why so many abominations that they promote, like they delicacies and wonderfuls, and black and Hispanic people, we run up in the Red Lobster. We run up to the Crab Fest. We run up to every abomination. We still can't give up chitlins. I just heard chitlins for the first time last week. People still cooking and loving chitlins, man. I thought black people woke up a little bit. All right, well, I ain't gonna eat the chitlins at least. I ain't gonna eat the pig's ass at least. You understand? But they love pig ass. They love it. You understand? Read that second story.
Common concept. Richmond police seized guns from a group of black men at guns rally while white boogaloo boys admit they face no issue.
Check this story out, man. You had a gun rally where people in America come and exercise their rights to carry. And they mad because of all the restrictions they got on guns. So a lot of our oppressors bring illegal guns and illegal ammunition. And they say it. They in the police face. Yeah, this is illegal, but I got it. What? You ain't going to stop our rights. And the police stand there and leave them alone, just like they did at the Capitol building. They leave them white folk alone, man. They like white privilege is strong, and they don't mess with them. But they see a few brothers at this rally carrying rifles, and they want to pull them over and scrutinize them. They claim a couple of the guns they had, wasn't legal. They didn't have a license for these guns, and so they took them. Well, how do they know? Why they bother these brothers in the first place? Because once again, like your guy just read, the boogaloo boys, the white boys, the Caucasians, they was hollering on loudspeakers and bullhorns, saying, yeah, we got semi-automatic rifles and you ain't gonna touch us. We got illegal magazines. They had magazines that was over the capacity, which was legal. And they were saying it on the bullhorns to the police. And what happened to the Caucasian people, our oppressors? Nothing. Nothing happens to them. Why? Because in America, you got two different Americas, man. I know y'all know that, but every black and Hispanic person know it. We just can't put our finger on it. That's why Spike Lee said so many years ago, I don't have any answers. I don't know what to do about what's going on. He said this around the time of the George Floyd murder. He said, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to stop this. Steve Harvey, I don't know. Man, I don't have the answers for it. Oprah Winfrey, nobody had the answers for it, but look, y'all better stop it, Askyetheprophets. You understand? We got the answers for you. We've been telling you since 1969. Commander General Yohana used to tell me since I was a baby, America ain't for us. This ain't our place, man. Right. Get those scriptures. Get Micah 2:10 and Revelation 18:4. This ain't the place where we were supposed to get comfortable and look for a future and think about generations of our grandkids being here and prospering. Right. Black people think an economic structure is the answer to live good in America. No, America got to fall for us to be free. Now, let's do what we can to have a few dollars, you know what I'm saying, legally and righteously. Let's do it. Because if we black people come together, Hispanic people come together, we can support ourselves. There's dollars flowing in the black and Hispanic community. Right. We're just giving it all to our enemies, man. Right. We just buying it and spending it on drugs and whores and sin. But if we came together, that's why the ISUBK under Commander General Yohana is trying to get everybody, every brother and sister, come on in under this order, man. Pay your tithes and let's raise money and let's make moves. And we ain't got to depend on the so-called white man. We ain't got to depend on America. Chinese people don't rush down to the polls. The Arabs don't rush down to the polls voting. The Japanese and China, none of them. None of these other nations rush down to the polls trying to vote like black and Hispanic people do. Why? And then there's another difference between us and them. They are wealthy. Right. They got businesses. They got their own culture and honor in their little neighborhoods with their own vibe and culture all up in it. They got their own police going through their neighborhood. Right. White man don't go through their neighborhoods and harass them. Why is that? They ain't went and voted for no governor to make their neighborhoods right. No, they said, listen, we gonna make our neighborhoods right. We gonna come together and they gonna leave us the hell alone, or we going to war. You understand? And the white man learned to make good money for them. Why? Because they're not the chosen people of God. We are the chosen people of God. We are the ones our oppressor got to trick into sinning so he can keep us oppressed. Because if we wasn't oppressed, we'd connect with the Most High. And then the Most High would destroy these people. And that's what they don't want. Read Micah 2:10.
Oh God. This is the book of Micah, chapter 2 and verse 10. Arise ye and depart.
God is telling us arise through the prophets. God is saying arise up out of this place, man. And what?
And depart.
And depart. We ain't departing physically, but arise and depart your mind and your spirit out of America, man. Stop looking forward to Christmas and Thanksgiving, man. Stop teaching your kids these lies. Stop making a damn excuse to celebrate these things. A lot of you say, I don't celebrate no Christmas. But, around this time, I do give my kids some gifts. I do buy them gifts and wrap them all up with a bow. Go ahead, Isaiah.
If I could, sir. Big shout out to Preaching Officer 1000 Jayala. Now, y'all told us a story last Wednesday on a Wednesday class about how he saw a Muslim sister greeting another Muslim brother. The Muslim brother was like, yo, what you doing, sis? Buying them Christmas gifts. She said, oh, no, brother, what I do is I buy the gifts and I give it to them on December 27th. And the brother was like, yeah, sis, I do the same thing. I
just had to make sure you wasn't a 25th day worshiper. We 27th day worshiper. It's still goddamn Christmas, man.
Right.
It's still Christmas. My mother tried to disrespect me this year. Happened to $50 happened to make it to my house for my kids. You know what I mean? Something. It wasn't Christmas, but it came. Man, I took that shit still in the drawer somewhere. They don't know nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna burn it. I was gonna take it back. I said I ain't even giving it back. But nobody gonna know about this thing. You understand? This, we got to take a stand, man. Right. We got to come out of this mindset. Easter, you still celebrate Easter. Well, it's for the kid. The kid's going to be sad. Your kids will not be sad if you stop pushing it on them. Right. Stop taking them to your cousin's house when they all full of gifts and Christmas trees and all that and telling them we don't celebrate that. You're going to make them hate you. You understand? There's a lot of good things in Israel. We got holidays, man, and
Right.
celebrations we can do, and we got a ton of babies. We all married, right? We got a ton of babies. And they can all get together and we can have functions and do our own thing. We don't need the white man's Christmas and holidays. Arise out of this place and depart. Go ahead.
For this is not your rest.
What can God say? He can't tell you more clear. He told the prophet to tell us this is not our rest. This ain't the place to get comfortable and kick your feet up and relax and wait on your 4K, whatever that work crap is. Your 4K plan when you retire. You looking at, well, what I'm going to do when I'm 65? And you only 30. You understand? Stop all that mess, Reed. This is not our rest. Go ahead.
Because it is polluted.
God said America is polluted, so who are you to try to make it right and be friends with this place, man? Well, we got to vote. We got to get Trump out of there. We got to, man, well, let the Lord handle that. Our king, and you Christians kill me because you're supposed to be followers of Christ, staunch followers of Christ. Jesus is love, Jesus. But you voting for the enemies of Jesus. You go vote for the people that murdered Jesus, man. I know what it is. Some of you still got that white guy in your mind. Some of you still got the oppressor in your mind when you think of Jesus. Now give me Jeremiah. I'm going to come off Michael. Give me, with Jeremiah, Revelation 18:4.
Okay. This is the book of Revelation. Chapter 18 and verse 4.
Go ahead.
And I heard another voice from heaven say,
John heard a voice from heaven, which was the Almighty God himself, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah. Go ahead.
come out of her.
Come out of her, read.
My people.
Who was the Lord talking to?
My people.
Who was the Most High talking to?
My
He
people.
was talking to his people. Everybody ain't his people. But he created everybody, Jennifer Mayakaahla. I know he created everybody, and he chose one people out of all those people he created. He chose one people to be his special beloved, man. He chose one people to give his rules to live a good life, a wonderful life, and be blessed. And those people is the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel.
That's right.
AKA Negroes, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native American Indians, man. Those are his people, and he's telling us to come out of the mindset of America. How many times we got to be told? How long are we going to wait? You going to wait to the end? Oh, well, I don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but it's just a day I come together with the family and all that. I don't support what they did to the Indians, but I come together with the family and just eat good food with the family that I love. Yeah, the same day that our oppressor come together with his family that he loved. And eat that same turkey and candy yam that you eating, you know what I'm saying, to celebrate the murder of your family. You gonna celebrate it with him, man. We are brainwashed in America. Read.
Better, ye be not partakers of her sins.
So we don't partake in the sins of America. So that's it, man. So this is we in two Americas, man.
Right.
And like these brothers found out the hard way, they shouldn't have even been out there with all them oppressors, man. With guns and marching with them like they part of America, man. It's good that they got stopped because there's a rude awakening, man. But unfortunately, when our oppressor do these things to people that's not in the ISUPK, it make them try harder to even love these oppressors, man. It make them try harder to prove themselves. Look, y'all pulling me over, y'all wrong. This is racist. Don't do that. All them carrying guns and y'all don't say nothing. Y'all racial profiling, man. Y'all being racist against us. Look, I'm good. I'm good, man. I'm good. And they patty cake and jump and do whatever they can, spin around and then, man, look at me, I'm in it. I don't hurt nobody. And they try to be a good little Negro so that master could love them. But how long are we going to do this, man? How long are we going to try to prove our love to them? We didn't love them more than anybody else could ever love them.
Right.
We didn't love our oppressor, man. How long we going to fight in their wars like we still doing? How long we going to support their holidays like we doing? How long we going to support them? Listen, a black judge hugged a white girl after she murdered her brother. That has never happened in a murder case. The judge don't come off her bitch to hug the murderer, but she did it. And the bailiff in the courtroom stroked the oppressor woman's hair, man, stroked her hair after she just murdered her brother, man. This is America, man. How long we gonna stop loving these people and give it to us, man? All we got, the Lord only gave us enough love for ourselves. I always say, if you love white people that much, just stop for now. The Lord said there's a time and season for everything. Cut off the love for them now and join ISUPK and love us. Let's love each other. And when we in the kingdom, you can love them people all you want. You can walk them anytime you want. You can throw frisbees and make them catch it anytime you want. You can dress them nice. You know what I'm saying? You can dress them nice in the kingdom, though. Right. Once we have completed our mission and got our streets of gold and we ruling, you can pet them now. I'm pet my ear mine. You can pet the hell out of their head, man. Make them carry the biggest bone. They're gonna walk proud with the biggest bones in their mouth and do whatever I say. Go get my gold from over there. They're gonna run and grab my gold and bring it to me, man. Right. You can treat them good, but not now in the kingdom. Right. In the kingdom, they're gonna be the greatest pets. You understand? You can do what you want now. I'm done with that. I had to get that out of my system because this was going on in America, and black people still getting caught up. Let's get the first question, you die.
Khan, sir. This person asks, Shalom. Since the Most High is all powerful, why doesn't he make white people?
Go ahead. That's it. Go ahead.
He says, Shalom. Since the Most High is all powerful, why doesn't he make white people disappear? Why did he create them? Why not create us perfect to obey him?
And now that's a good question. You know, the Most High is all powerful. He can do what he wants, right? So why did he even make white people? Why are our oppressors here? You know what I'm saying? Why don't he just zap them and make them disappear? You understand? What else he say? Why did he create them and why not make us, why not zap us and make us just obey him and have a perfect society? Well, this is why. That's not how the Most High works. Give me Proverbs 16:4 first. And then I want Judges 2:20. Judges 2:20. Read it when you get it.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16 and verse 4. The Lord hath made all things for himself.
The way things are now, you got good and evil on the earth. And the Most High made that on purpose for himself. He made that because that's what he wants. Why? Read.
Our God. Yea, even the wicked for the day of evil.
The Most High made a wicked race for what? For the day of evil. Why? Because the Most High knows man. He knows humans because he created us. You understand? He knows this flesh. And he knows our spirit is in this flesh. The spirit is perfect and wonderful and righteous, but he knows our flesh is a whole nother being from the spirit. The spirit is in the, operating the flesh, but they in battle all the time. Paul talked about it. They in battle all the time. The flesh, all the flesh knows is hunger and pleasure and what it wants and what it needs and what it feels. That's all the flesh knows. And our spirit is constantly battling like, that's wrong, I ain't gonna do that. That's wrong, I ain't gonna do that. That's right, I'm gonna go do that. I know my flesh don't want to, but I'm gonna do that. So the Lord created us in this flesh that was going to be contrary to our spirit. And now being contrary to our spirit, he wanted us to prove ourselves to him. He wanted us to say, you got that flesh, but you're going to show me that you're going to master that flesh. And you're going to control that flesh. And you're going to show me that you're worthy. Read Judges 2:20. He says that here.
Oh God. This is the book of Judges. Chapter 2 and verse 20.
So remember, the Lord created the Caucasian, our oppressor, for the day of evil, which we are in. That day of evil is called hell. It's called hell. And we have been living in it unknowingly because of the Christian church. Christian church that fooled us and made us think hell is some place you go to when you die. No, we were born in hell. We were born in hell, according to the scriptures. Read.
Oh God. And the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel.
So Lord, this is the time of judges, man. This is the time of the judges. Read. And the Lord was angry with Israel. Go ahead.
And he said, because that this people have transgressed my covenant.
And when we came out of Egypt after Joshua, man, we start going off. We start going off after the Lord brought us into the land, setting up judges, but our people was doing evil. Read. And the Lord was angry. Go ahead.
Which I commanded their fathers.
Go ahead.
And have not hearkened unto my voice.
So he know we was going off, we was sinning, not listening to these laws and righteousness that he told our fathers to obey, man. Just like we doing in 2021, following every religion but the Most High, every God but the Most High, making presidents our God. making mayors and vice presidents our gods, but not obeying the Most High God. Read.
Verse 21. I also will not henceforth drive out any from before them.
The Lord said, because they disrespected me, I'm not going to drive out any from before them. Meaning your enemies, when they fight you, I'm not going to help you with it. I'm not going to help you with it. And I don't know if y'all know, but without the Most High, we cannot win any war. Right. Without the Most High, we cannot beat our enemies. I don't care how tough you think you are. I don't care how many weapons you think you got. I don't care how smart you think you are. I don't care how much you think your oppressor that trained you in his military. You cannot beat this man if the Most High is not with you. You just can't do it. Read. No sweat.
Of the nations which Joshua left when he died.
He won't drive out any of our enemies. Go ahead.
Verse 22. That through
our enemies, that through our oppressors, that through the ones that hurt us. Read.
I may prove Israel.
I may what?
Prove Israel.
The Lord is trying to prove Israel, man. He's been proving you for a very long time, and we've been failing for a very long time. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord that the Holy Spirit has showed some of us and gave us this last shot, this last chance before all hell break loose. We had a chance to come up in the ISUPK, and we did it. We fought Satan and fought through our flesh, and we made it in this school, made it in these classes, man. So the white man is here for a reason, to prove us, man, to make us deserve, to make us earn all the beautiful things that God has for us real soon, man. That's why they're here. That's why he don't make them disappear. We don't have no free pass. Why? Because we in the flesh, and we got to master this flesh. Read on. Matter of fact, go to Romans 7:15. That's all I needed from that. The Lord is trying to read. No, slap it. Go ahead and finish in Judges. He's trying to prove us. Read prove again.
That through them I may prove Israel.
Who's the them? Our enemies, our adversaries, the ones that's coming to trying to kill us.
Right.
Donald Trump, the white supremacists, man, the Proud Boys, the Boogaloo Boys. They're the ones that the Lord said through them I may prove you. You gonna forget about God because you scared of the Proud Boys? You gonna get up under Joe Biden's nuts, huh? You gonna get up under him now. Oh, protect us from the Proud Boys, Mr. President Biden. Protect us from the Boogaloo Boys, Mr. President Biden. The Most High testing you, and a lot of you failing, especially you religious Christians, man.
Right.
You Muslims too, man. I always knew you Muslims was Christian. I always knew it because I used to see it. I used to catch you carrying Christmas trees around this time. I stopped the brother too. He died one time. A brother I work with. He come on, big cat. As big as me, walked in with tassels and the old some Muslim shit on his head with a security uniform. Came in with shrimp and a whole bunch of different things. Always talking about Moses and Moshe. I said, hey, man, I thought you followed the laws of Moshe. He said, I do. I said, now, you know Moshe said don't eat pork. You say you don't eat pork, right? He said, no, I don't eat no pork. I said, Moshe said don't eat no shrimp either. I can show you. He said, don't eat shrimp. He said, I ain't into it like that. I said, I thought so. When the truth come out, they admit that I ain't that serious. You know, this ain't the time to really get into it heavy like that. Whole bunch of lies to follow our oppressor, man. Well, y'all failing when God trying to prove you, man. Right. In the ISUPK, we show the Lord we worthy, man. We don't pray that. We give up the things we loved in the world. We give up the things we enjoyed in the world to show our God we ready to get the hell out of here, man. Right. I'm ready for swords and chariots and to tell my Edomite pets what to do, man.
Right.
I'm ready for it. So we fighting hard to prove ourselves to our God, man, to the Most High. Read on.
Whether they will keep the way of the Lord to walk therein.
Then the Lord testing, approving it means to test. Whether we will keep the way of the Lord or not, man. And most of us, sad to say, we not. ISUPK, we bringing up soldiers that do keep the Lord, man. We bringing up sisters who do keep the ways of the Lord. Let's go to Romans 7:15. Okay. Sinful flesh. Then after that, I'm going to get Romans 8:3.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 7 and verse 15.
Because once again, the Lord created us to dwell in this earth, man, which means we had to have a certain type of body to dwell in the earth. And I'm going to get that too. We had to have a body that was made for the earth, which is flesh.
Right.
You understand? And that flesh comes with temptations and pleasures because it has emotions. It has feelings. You understand? It's the house. It's our temple. And it's the house for our spirit. You understand? And our spirit, once again, is constantly forcing our flesh to do the right thing. Go ahead.
This book of Romans, chapter 7 and verse 15. For that which I do, I allow not.
Paul said he was in a battle, man. He was in a battle with his flesh because he was made from the flesh. And he understood his flesh is contrary to my spirit. Right. Read it again.
Oh God. For that which I do, I allow not.
Paul said the things I want to do, the righteousness I want to do, my flesh won't let me, man. I get caught up. Read.
For what I would, that do I not.
Right. Same thing. The things that I want to do that's righteous, man, I'll be falling short and not doing it. Go ahead.
But what I hate, that do I.
But then the things that I hate, I turn around and say, damn, why I do that? Man, why I do that? What's wrong with me? This damn flesh, I got to get on top of it. Go ahead.
Verse 16.
And that's why the Lord can't make us robots, because our flesh is not made to be robots. Go ahead.
If then do I that which I would not, I consent unto the law that it is good.
And Paul saying, if I then do the things that I know I'm not supposed to do, that's just proof that the laws of the Most High is righteous, man. That's further proof that the laws of the Most High is righteous. Go ahead.
Verse 17. Now then it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me.
It's the damn demon that's controlling this flesh. This demon that's trying to persuade this flesh, this sin, this flesh that I'm in, man. This flesh is sinful. You understand? And it's here, and it is trying to do the right thing, but all it knows is I'm hungry. You understand? I want some sex. You know what I'm saying? I'm thirsty. That don't feel good to me. This feel good. I got to do this. If all the flesh knows what it want. Right or wrong. Go ahead.
Verse 18. For I know that in me, that is in my flesh.
In my flesh, go ahead.
Dwelleth no good thing.
This flesh is disgusting and rotten. All of our flesh is disgusting and rotten. That's why we got to master it.
Right.
We got to learn to control it. That's why the Lord put us here. If we learn to control it and master it, we'll prove to the Lord that we ready to serve him and we ready to be out of here. Go ahead.
For to will is present with me.
To will is present with me. What I want to do, I know what I want to do. I know it's right. Go ahead.
But how to perform that which is good, I find not.
But how to do this thing, I'm having problems with, man. But how to master this thing, I'm having problems with. Listen, we in hell, in America, where submitting to your flesh is the thing to do in America. This is the sinful kingdom, remember? So it's natural to do sinful things. You understand? But we in the ISUPK, we got to be cut from a different cloth.
Right.
We a different breed. We got to master this flesh and what it wants all the goddamn time and submit it to the Most High and our righteous spirit and the Holy Spirit that the Lord give us, man. And we got to do what it wants, not the flesh. Not the flesh. Show me Yahweh Shah, Romans 8:3.
Oh God.
We had a king that showed us how to do this thing, man. We had a king that showed us how to master his flesh, how to do the right thing. Read.
Right. Oh God. This book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 3.
Go ahead.
For what the law could not do.
What the law could not do, read.
And that it was weak through the flesh.
What does that mean? What does that mean? And even you online, even you just watching on the Facebook, what does that mean that it was weak through the flesh? How could the law be weak? It said, for what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh. What does that mean? All right, Bob.
If you would sin, you die.
No, not quite. It said the law. It's calling the law weak through the flesh. How is the law weak through the flesh? I guess I'll rephrase it. How is the law weak through the flesh? Anybody online? But
It didn't give you a chance to change.
it didn't give you a chance to change. You want it. I'll get that to you. It didn't make the flesh change. That's all. The law doesn't make the flesh change. It doesn't teach the flesh to change. Give me a law in the Bible. Go ahead.
Don't steal.
Don't steal. Thou shalt not steal. Now, do the scriptures under it tell you how to go about not stealing? Go ahead. No. It don't tell you how to not steal. Go ahead.
Can I use what Christians say, sir, where nobody can keep the law? Or would this be a precept where Christ would have to come and show us how it be done?
Well, okay, Christians, that's a lie. Nobody can keep the law. You prove them wrong. You prove that every day. We keep the law up in here. But, and what was your second part?
Where it'd be a precept to prove that Christ came to show us how it was done.
We're going to touch on that. We're going to touch on that. And that's what happened. Like Officer Yediah said, Yahweh, Jesus Christ, he came and he showed us that other part. Once again, the law was a schoolmaster, you know what I'm saying, until Christ, meaning when Moses gave us the law, it's like he given the law to the judges, the executioners, the lawyers. Listen, if they steal, do this. If they commit adultery, do this. If they do this, do this. His laws are mainly for the ones to execute. Go ahead, Yediah.
It's like Officer Darwise said, because it didn't cause them to be obedient.
Right. It didn't teach your flesh how to be obedient. But once again, like Yediah said, Yahweh did teach us to be obedient. And there's a question in here that we're going to go into that more. I ain't going to go into that in detail. So Yahweh, he taught us how not to steal. You understand? How to follow the laws. You understand? Read Romans 8:3. One more time.
This is the book of Romans 8 and verse 3. For what the law could not do.
Salaki. Shout out to Sister Quadashi Rob for making this delicious margarita. Right. That the brothers are enjoying before noon. Salaki. Tequila. Mi hermano. You know what I mean? Right. Here we go. Salaki.
And that it was weak through the flesh.
And that it was weak through the flesh. Go ahead.
God.
The law was weak through the flesh because it didn't make the flesh obedient. Go ahead.
God sending his own son.
God, the Most High, he sent his champion, man. His champion, his warrior, his favorite warrior. He sent him, read.
In the likeness of sinful flesh.
He sent him to be in the same sinful flesh that we in, man. Read.
And for sin.
Condemned
sin in the flesh.
And he mastered his flesh.
Right.
He conquered his flesh. He controlled his flesh and didn't let the sin take his flesh, man. He showed us it could be done. He showed us that. He was perfect. He showed us. And once again, we'll touch on that. One of the questions, touch a little more on that. Go to 1 Corinthians 15 and 38. Because once again, we can't be robots because God didn't create us as robotic beings.
Right.
We got flesh. Why? To survive right here on this earth.
Right.
There's two. The Lord made our bodies what you call terrestrial.
Right.
You understand? There's other bodies that are celestial. We're going to read about it. But we are terrestrial, meaning terrain of the earth.
Right.
And that's where we are. You understand? And that's what we got to learn to control this part. Go ahead.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 15 and verse 38. But God giveth it a body as it hath pleased him.
His creations, he give it a body. Go ahead.
And to every seed his own body.
And to every seed his own body, meaning a rhinoceros don't have, his seed is going to make other rhinoceroses, right?
Right.
Gorillas are going to make other gorillas. And people are going to make other people. Dogs are going to make other dogs. He give it all a body, and to his seed, its own seed. You understand? A dog ain't going to have a pig.
Right.
You understand? A horse ain't going to give birth to a shark. You understand? Right. Read.
Verse 39. All flesh is not the same flesh.
All flesh ain't the same flesh, though. Go ahead.
But there is one
meaning kind. Your body. All bodies aren't the same. Go ahead.
But there is one kind of flesh of men, another flesh of beasts,
right?
Another of fishes.
Like I just said, and the Lord made those bodies create more of those bodies. That's why it's stupid and retarded for you Christians to believe that monkeys turned into people. Because if monkeys turned into people, what's the first thing you should recognize? If you say monkeys turned into people, we come from monkeys, monkeys turned into people. What's your number one question? Go ahead.
Why are there still monkeys?
Why the hell are there still monkeys in Don? Come on. There should be no more monkeys if monkeys turned into people, man. But again, we believe our oppressor in anything he say, because that's what this nasty flesh want to do. He spit game and make us feel good, and we just believe our oppressor. You understand? God said that he give every seed his own body, man. And he's naming all the different animals that produce seed to make these same type of animals. Go ahead.
And another of birds.
And another of birds. Go ahead.
Verse 40. There are also celestial bodies.
There are also celestial bodies, which means the angels, spirits, bodies that can dwell in space, that don't need to eat like this flesh does down here. Celestial bodies, bodies of the stars and bodies of space. And you know what I'm saying? It's different from ours. Read.
And bodies terrestrial.
And bodies terrestrial. That's what we are. We are bodies terrestrial, meaning of the terrain, of the earth, the soil. That's where we come from. That's where our flesh comes from. Go ahead. Is made for. Read.
Right.
But the glory of the celestial is one.
The glory of the celestial is one. Angels and spirits operate one way. Go ahead.
And the glory of the terrestrial is another.
But this flesh that our God, the Most High God, put us in, it operates another way. And we got to learn to master and control it this way.
Right.
That's why the Most High can't make us robots. We got to conquer this flesh and show him that we can do it. And we can do it. What's the proof that we can do it? What's the proof that we can do it?
By following the laws?
Almost. What's the proof? Christ did it. We just read it. Christ already showed us we can do it. He was in the same sinful flesh and he conquered that shit. He told Satan, get behind me, man. Get behind me. Thou must serve the Most High, not you. Christ showed us to do it and we can do it. And we've been doing it. Like we got to master this work. You understand? Instead, we can't be zombies. We flesh. So we get the Lord proving us by putting obstacles in front of us, because once again, our disobedience because of the flesh, now we got to earn our seats back, man. We got to earn our seats back. And we got to earn it in a world full of sex, a world full of hunger. You understand? Thirst. All the things that are here is disgusting and sinful, and we got to conquer it and rise above all of it, just like our King did, man. Just like our King did. All black men, all men think about is that rock. Whenever it get hard, they got to make it go down. Whenever it get hard, they got to find something to make it go down. You sister too. That box start throbbing. It start throbbing, and you got to find something to take that throbbing away. It only lasts about 6 hours. Then it's throbbing again. You understand? We got to control and conquer that. We got to master it, man. That's why Adam was given dominion over animals, right? A horse, he can't tell the difference between what to eat and what not to eat. He's gonna eat what you feed him. A lion, he can't turn down sex when the lioness is coming around with their tail up, spraying the hormones. He's gonna tear everything up in front of him, man. Animals can't choose what's clean and unclean. They're gonna eat anything that's in front of them. They don't have the ability to master their flesh. That's why we were given dominion over the animals. We were given the dominions, man. And we gotta conquer our flesh, man, to show that we were. Let's get I think we can go to the next question. You know?
Sir.
So just back to the question. That's why the Most High, he didn't make the so-called white man disappear. He don't get rid of them because he need them to prove us. He was made, like it says in Romans. I tell you in the book of Romans too. They was made to prove us, man, to show us that, whether we worthy of the Most High's love or not. That's why they're here. That's why all our enemies are here, to prove us. You understand? And he can't make us robots because flesh wasn't made to be robotic. You understand? It got feelings and emotions and all that we need, but we need to conquer and master it, man. Next question.
Sir. How do you prove to someone that God is real?
Good question. Let's get Psalms 14:1 real quick, Ibad. Psalms 1 and 4. How do you prove to someone that God is real? A lot of people ask that question. A lot of people want to know. A lot of people believe, but when other people say, I don't believe in no God, man. I don't believe in no God. They don't know how to show them. Read Psalms 14 and 1.
Oh God. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 14 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
The fool has said in his heart.
The what?
The fool has said in his heart.
The fool has said in his heart. Read.
There is no God.
Go ahead.
They are corrupt.
They are those type of people. They are fools, man, and they are corrupt. Why? Why are they corrupt? Give me Psalms 104 and 1. Why are they corrupt? Why is the Lord calling them fools? Because they don't believe in God. Because the proof of the Creator is actually the creation, right? That's the proof of a creator. And most times, 99% of the times, anybody who say they don't believe in God, they're going to say, because I believe in science. I don't believe in no spook God. I don't believe in nothing invisible. I believe in science. When I got news for you cats, man, science is the proof of God.
Right.
Science is the proof of the Most High.
Right.
So really, you ignorant to science. Anybody who say, I don't believe in God, I believe in science, they're the most ignorant fools to science, man. The Most High is science. I look at a car, right? And a car drive and it ride. I drive it sometimes. And it takes fuel, right? It takes fuel. The fuel goes through and do something to make the car go, right? I know it got a battery so I can play my music and the lights come on and the headlights. And that electric does something with the fuel to spark the engine and make the engine go, right? Now, all that metal and all that moving is moving, right? And it's getting hot because of the friction and because of what's going on. There's something called antifreeze that goes through there and cools everything off so it don't melt and get hot and break down, right? I don't know how the fuck to make that, right? But somebody did. Somebody created that thing. Right. You understand? That's a creator to that creation that I see every day. Right. Listen, till this day, I'm amazed how a big, heavy-ass airplane get off the ground. How did that big piece of metal with all them big-ass people, include me, and all our luggage, how do it get off the ground, you diet? It is amazing. I look out the window every time. I just try not to let the kids see my excitement, but it's crazy to me. Right. How this big thing gets up and stays up. You understand? I don't know how to make this shit do it. Right. But somebody created it. Right. There's a creator to it. What's the proof of God? Us. People, man. Right. We are. Look at our bodies, man. We got a nervous system that works intact to protect us. We got an immune system. Listen, I watched a documentary that showed how plants communicate through the soil. Trees communicate through the soil, man. They had a supersonic a satellite listening for these sounds and these bits, and they picked up little sounds and electrodes going through the soil in forests from different trees. And they said when one tree get cut down, and listen, they said mushrooms is the key to that communication. They say mushrooms help send these signals out with different plants and trees. And when Esau cut a tree down, they say that the sound changes. And they try to protect this tree and keep it alive and get water to it. You know what I'm saying? And keep the stock to last 100 years. You know what I'm saying? Because they come together, they communicate, brother. Listen, I grow cucumbers with my rib, right? And I grew cucumbers, and I watch cucumbers are heavy. And look, I'm skipping. Flowers don't grow without bumblebees. Now, the bee ain't took no college courses, right? It ain't went to school, but that bee know I got to get to these flowers to do something and then take something from it to pass to the next flower to make all this stuff keep growing. And cucumber plants don't grow unless a bee comes. And I used to watch, and then I saw the bee. I said, damn. And it was going to and they grow little yellow flowers to attract the bees. And the bees hit the cucumber thing, and they drop pollen and make the cucumbers grow. And cucumbers grow feelers because it's heavy. And they grow and grab things. And it know where it's at because it sends signals out to where things are to grab. And then it start wrapping around like a fish, like a hand, to hold it. And then it keep growing and grab on to other places. And all the cucumbers grow and it hold on. And it's amazing. Right. Now you tell me ain't no God. Give me a break. The cucumber is proof that there's a God. The bumblebee. You ever get up early in the morning and then again drive past Fairmount Park in Philly or any park, whatever city you in, And where the dew is like the cloud is on the ground. I done walked and drove through it, man. The cloud is on the ground and your car windows is getting wet. It ain't raining, but there's a moist cloud, a dew on the ground, feeding the plants, the trees, whatever, the animals. That is only the Most High, man.
That's right, sir.
We got a nervous system. We got a reproductive system, man. Our immune system. They say babies, if they're exposed to cat hairs and dog hairs as babies, their immune system gets strong because of it. So when they grow up, they don't have allergies to it, man. Now the baby ain't took no courses on how to make his immune system get strong or how to make his nervous system do right. We eat stuff in the body, take all the nutrients out of it, right? Put all the nutrients in the blood, let all the healthy stuff go to where it wants, and the stuff it don't need, it go to the ass, right? Excuse my French.
Right.
And then you get rid of it through the waste. I ain't never took no course to make my shit work. There's God, there has to be a God.
Right.
You understand? Go ahead. You gonna say something?
If I could, sir, you bring out the so heavy. One time I was sitting down right here in the Thursday class, and John behind me was teaching, and he brought up the history about how brothers had the cure for smallpox, and what they would do is go and get someone that's infected and put it in their bloodstream. Mm-hmm. And then the antibodies in the body would go and fight against that and then make themselves immune. God. So how did that brother know to go and do that?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a creator, man, that created this machine that we call flesh. You understand? Fruit, a tree grows, and the fruit, right? The fruit drops and it gets rotten, and the seeds go into the soil and make a whole nother tree full of fruit.
Right.
Now that tree ain't never been to school.
Right.
That apple, that orange, it ain't never took no lessons on how to recreate itself. There's a creator that makes that happen, man. And that's it. It's in the scriptures. You got Psalms?
Oh God.
Read Psalms 104 and 1.
This book of Psalms.
So once again, creation is the proof of a creator. Go ahead.
Right. This is the book of Psalms 104, verse 1. Bless the Lord, O my soul, O Lord my God. Thou art very great. Thou art clothed.
So I think there's a scripture in Romans I want also. Let me see. Bear with me 1 second. For the heavy scripture. Blah, blah, blah. All right, I ain't gonna sweat. Go ahead, read 104.
Oh God. This is the book of Psalms 104, verse 1. Bless the Lord, O my soul, O Lord my God. Thou art very great.
Okay.
Thou art clothed with honor and majesty.
The Most High is clothed with honor and majesty. Let me get with you. Psalms 104. The Most High is clothed. His clothing is my honor and majesty. Go ahead. That's how great and powerful the Lord is. Read.
Verse 2. Who coverest thyself with light as with a garment.
Come, go ahead.
Who stretches out the heavens like a curtain.
Just showing the majesty of the Lord. Like he don't put on a little jacket like we do. He put on light. Light is his color. Go ahead.
Verse 3. Who led the beams of his chambers in the waters.
The beams of his chambers. Go ahead.
Who maketh the clouds his chariot.
Maketh the clouds his chariots, like he showed us when he brought us out of Egypt. Like he showed the disciples when Christ left them. He left in that cloud. There was a chariot. Go ahead.
Who walketh upon the wings of the wind.
Kind of like once again, the angels that roll with the Most High, they got a different body. They got a celestial body. And they walk on the wings of the wind, man, for the Most High. Go ahead.
Verse 4. Who maketh his angels spirits.
Come.
His ministers a flaming fire.
Uh-huh.
Verse 5. Who laid the foundations of the earth.
The Most High laid the foundations of the earth. Read.
That it should not be removed forever.
That nobody can destroy. I don't care how many movies our oppressor make about some alien coming and destroying the earth. The earth is going to abide forever. Like he said, the earth ain't going nowhere. No comet going to run into the earth and blow it up. The Marvel's character, the God man, the mutant, he ain't gonna come destroy the earth, Ultron, or none of them. None of them gonna come. The Martians ain't gonna come suck your resources out the earth and make it freeze. They ain't gonna suck our brains out our head. None of that is going to happen. The earth is here to stay. Read.
Verse 6. Thou coverest it with the deep as with a garment.
Come, now covers the earth with the deep, with the oceans, with the waters. Go ahead.
The waters stood above the mountains.
Uh-huh.
Verse 7. At thy
And
reach.
let's talk about all the mountains that's under the water. Like there's mountains and everything that's under the water. That's how deep the oceans is, the bodies of water. And the ocean cover a lot of them. Go ahead.
At thy rebuke they fled.
Where you at?
Oh, verse 7.
Go ahead.
At thy rebuke they fled.
At the rebuke they fled. Go ahead.
At the voice of thy thunder they hasted away.
Meaning the waves and the waters, they move according to the Most High. However the Most High want them to move, they move. Read.
Verse 8. They go up by the mountain.
Uh-huh.
They go down by the valleys.
Right.
Unto the place which thou hast found it for them.
Like the Lord send them waters wherever he want. Why? To water whatever plants, whatever lands he want, to bless a certain land, and he'll keep the water away from whatever land he want to curse. Read.
Right. Verse 9. Thou hast set a bound that they may not pass over.
Now that's heaven. What's this talking about? Thou hast set a bound that they may not pass over. Read.
That they turn not again to cover the earth.
What's that talking about? Anybody, online or not? Hey, Bob?
Is that ocean line on the sand where it can't pass?
You got it. Give him a hand. That's when the water comes to the land, to the sand, and then it rolls right back out. The current, everybody call it, it comes, and then it rolls right back out. That is the Most High stopping the water from covering the land. Because sometimes he called for it to cover the land. Y'all know that, right? Tsunamis and everything else. But he stopped the water from coming and covering the land and going back. Somebody have their hand up? Go ahead, Scott.
Because like it's in a point where the Atlantic and Pacific, they don't mix. It's a part in the ocean.
I think I've heard that, but I can't teach you. You know what I'm saying? I think I've heard that though. You know what I'm saying? There's a part like that. Come, read.
Verse 10. He sendeth the springs into the valleys.
He sent the springs into the valleys. Go ahead.
Which run among the hills.
Right. Go ahead. And that's where we used to get water from. Them springs and all that fresh, good spring water, real spring water. You understand? But of course, our oppressor is the devil, and he steal and rob everything, and now everything we got to get from him. Read.
Verse 11. They give drink to every beast of the field.
And the Lord feed the animals, man, with these waters. That's the Most High. These animals get fed, man. How did the water get to them? Because God knows what he's doing. Read.
The wild asses quench their thirst.
Read.
Verse 12. By them shall the fowls of the heavens have their habitation.
Damn right. Go ahead.
Which sing among the branches.
Come, the trees. Read. He feed the trees. Trees grow big and strong, and the birds can go make a home in the trees. Go ahead.
Verse 13. He watered.
Now, all this don't happen by accident. This is science, and it is the Most High. You don't know. You don't know science unless you know the Most High. Read.
Verse 13. He watered the hills from his chambers.
Uh-huh.
The earth is satisfied with the fruit of thy works.
Go ahead.
Verse 14. He causeth the grass to grow for the cattle.
And who does that? How did the grass know to grow to feed these cattle that's in this land? The Most High, man. Read.
And herb for the service of man.
And herbs from our medicines to our vegetables, and whatever. So for our skin, for health, the Lord got herbs come out of the earth for us. Listen, read on.
That he may bring forth food out of the earth.
Go ahead.
Verse 15. And wine that maketh glad the heart of man.
And you sisters know you love your wine, man. You know you love that fruit of the vine. Most High made that for you. He made that for you. Brothers too, man. The Most High made it. Read.
Right. And oil to make his face to shine.
Damn right. Olive oil and every kind of oil. The Most High made it for us, brothers. Read.
And bread which strengthens man's heart.
Con, go ahead.
Verse 16. The trees of the Lord
Uh-huh.
are full of sap.
A lot of trees got good sap in it, man. Sap, and you bring the bees over to make honey for you. You know what I'm saying? The Most High do these things. Read.
The cedars of Lebanon, which he
hath planted.
And all that good strong wood to make a good strong building and good strong beams and good strong buildings, the Most High make that for you. Listen, in the book of Genesis, the Lord said the earth was void, right?
Right.
What did the earth look like? What meaning? And he said, in the beginning, the earth was void, right? And without form. Did he create the earth yet? Did he create the earth? In that first verse of Genesis? In the beginning, the earth was void and without form. Did he create the earth right there? Barzal? What you gonna say, Ibad? Okay, what's your proof?
Because it says the earth.
There you go. Barzal gotta give it to him. He said the earth, good man. So he made the earth, but it was void and without form. What did it look like? Like a ball of gas, like a big ball of elements and ions and neutrons and electrodes and everything we needed to live was in that. Then he started to bring it together. He lit one part up, lit another part up. Then he started to bring the elements together, land, tree, you know what I'm saying, so forth and so on. But everything was in that void that it ain't had no form. The only thing that had no form is smoke, gas. Go ahead.
If I could, sir, I remember, I'm pretty sure Barzal remember too. We was out in Vegas, we was looking out the window, we was just so captivated on how it was this crane that was going down and was picking things up and putting it on top of the building. And we was just so captivated by it. We was like, damn, like, I wonder who designed that. I wonder who made that. You see how big and tall the crane is, and then to pick up an object as heavy as that, and then to place it on top of the building.
Yeah. I mean, somebody created that. I know I didn't. I know I didn't. Somebody had to create that thing. You know what I mean? And that's the proof of the creator, the creation. You know what I'm saying? Because our Romans, it said, who served and worshiped, I'm paraphrasing, the creation more than the creator. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a creator to every creation.
Right.
You understand? And that's the proof that there's a God. We are. What you see, creation is the proof of God. Read on.
Verse 17. Where the birds make their nest, as for the stork, the fir trees are her house.
Right.
Verse 18. The high hills are a refuge for the wild goats.
So I'm gonna skip down a little bit. Like the Most High, once again, this is all his creation. This is all he do and all he control. Go to 22.
Of God. Verse 22. The sun arises. They gather themselves together.
Go ahead.
And lay them down in their dens.
Talking about the animals. When the sun come up, they go rest because they've been hunting all night and running around all night. Go ahead.
Verse 23. Man goeth forth unto his work.
And then man gets up in the morning to go do his work. The Lord created a perfect society, man. He know them, man. He send them animals out at night to hunt and pillage and kill. And then when the morning comes, he go to their den and chill and lay down. That's when man come out and do his work. Read.
And to his labor until the evening. Verse 24. O Lord, how manifold are thy works?
How manifold are the Lord's work. I think of all the things that the Most High do and all that he control. For him to look down on me and say, you know what? Out of all the things I do, I'm going to also send my spirit on him and bring him in the truth. That's amazing to me. I'm grateful for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful just to be here. So I'm going to prove to the Lord, you know what I'm saying, that we ready to get out of here. You understand? So that's, read on.
And wisdom hast thou made them all. The earth is full of thy riches.
Go ahead.
Verse 25. So is this great and wide sea, wherein all things creeping innumerable.
Jump down to like 28.
Oh God.
28.
Verse 28. That thou givest them, they gather.
Anything the Lord gives us, we gather. The Lord bless us with our food, with anything we got to survive and feed our family. The Lord blessing us with it. Go ahead.
Thou openest thine hand. They are filled with good.
The Lord bless us and open his hand, and we got it. We got food. Oh man, I got a little extra in my check. That's the Lord opening up his hand. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I came up on his money. I hit the number, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I can do a little extra. I can pay a few extra bills or whatever in this hell called America. That's the Most High opening up his hand. Read.
Verse 29. Thou hidest thy face.
But then there's the other side of the Lord. When you ain't proving him that you worthy, he can hide his face from you. Read.
They are troubled.
Then you trouble. If he hide his face from you, then your enemies can get you, and you are open season to demons and the oppressor and anybody if he hide his face from you. So our proving, we proven to the Lord, don't hide your face from us. We in the ISUPK, we serious about showing you that we worthy, following your laws, doing the right thing. Never hide your face from us. Baba Kashwal. That's our life, you understand. But there is people who he does hide his face from. Read.
Thou takest away their breath.
He taketh away, they die. A lot of them die. He hide his face, then we trouble. Now we got problems. Now we got health issues. And now somebody coming against us. And now we walking down the street and get caught up in some drive-by that ain't had nothing to do with us. The Lord, he can turn his face from us, man, because of our disobedience. And then we will be troubled. And then he can take away your breath. Read.
They die.
Then you will die. Read.
And return to their dust.
And then you go into the ground. You return to your dust. Read.
Verse 30. Thou sendest forth thy spirit.
But eventually, when your body's put in the dirt, your spirit goes back to the Lord. And the realm that he's in, the celestial world. You understand? It goes to that world. Go ahead.
They are created.
And then he sends you back down and puts you back into a body that's terrestrial. That's terrestrial, and you are created. How? As a baby. Now you're growing in some woman's stomach, some Israelite woman's stomach. And then she pushed you out. You cried for the first time in that life. You are created. Read.
And thou renewest the face of the earth.
And that's how the Most High renews the face of the earth. That is creation. That is proof that he exists. Read.
Verse 31. The glory of the Lord shall endure forever.
Go ahead.
The Lord shall rejoice in his work.
So that's that. So listen, I can't tell you after that. If you still don't want to believe in the Most High, that's up to you. That's up to you. But you asked the prophets, and the prophets answered you. You understand? That's all I could do for you. Next question.
Honorable Khan, sir. Next question is, I wonder what makes some black people have that feeling or thought that they ready to go home, meaning to die. Is that a demon, or can some people really feel when their time is coming to an end? I heard my mom say that a lot before she passed away.
Good. So the sister from Philly asked that question. Good question. I'll repeat it just in case. The sister said, I always wonder what makes some black and Hispanic people have the feeling, because black people, I'm talking about Hispanic and all the tribes, have that feeling or thought like they are ready to go home and die. Is that a demon, or can some people really feel when their time is coming to an end? She heard her mom say, and I've heard many people say it also. She heard her mom say that a lot before she passed. You died?
I was gonna say that hits a little home too, sir, because before, like 2 days before my father passed away, he told me he was ready to go. And he told me, he was proud of me that I was in the truth. And he said I was with the right brothers, that I was with the Lord. But he did tell me 2 days prior before he passed away. I wanted to know as well. Is that the case?
Yeah, most of Christ. My grandmother on her deathbed, she didn't want to die, of course, but knew it was coming. She said, and because of her health, she was dying of cancer. You know what I'm saying? She told me, I'm a kid, I'm 13. You know what I mean? Loved my grandma more than my mother back then. And she said, I don't want to die. I said, oh, you ain't going to die. She said, I really don't want to go, though. I really don't want to go. I said, you not. And, I was confident in it, but I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? And she passed away. You know what I'm saying? But now, does that mean that we are spiritually inclined to know when it's our end? Unfortunately, the answer is no. We don't know. Biggie and Tupac talked about death all the time before they died. Right. We don't, you know what it is? Because of the Christian church, we've been taught about death and dying and made us fear death and think about dying since we were children. You understand? Who can tell me what am I talking about? Since we were children, there was something given to us that kept us always thinking about death and dying because of Christianity. It's a song. Y'all know this song too. The song is officially called, they call it Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. That's the real name of the song, but it's also the Lay Me Down song. Y'all ever heard the song? Here I lay me down to sleep. I pray to the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die, we all learn that as children.
Right.
And mamas, Christian mamas made us say it before bed. So that thought of dying, which a child shouldn't be worried about that. What the fuck are you worried about dying for? You 6, you 5, 4, you know what I'm saying? But we in there, Lord, if I die, take my soul and bring me to St. Peter and all that there, you know, and so that's the song. So you got that? I think I sent it to you, the excerpt. First read the excerpt about it, then I'm gonna read the whole song. Because the excerpt, what they wrote about this song is heavy.
The excerpt, it says, the Babylonian prayer, Shamash, before me, behind me, sin, Nergal at my right, Nebed at my left. It is echoed by the medieval Jewish prayer.
So now, this comes all the way, it goes all the way back to the Babylonians used to say this prayer. Their kids praying that have their God, this God on my left, this God on my right, this God under me and over me to protect me. And if I die, let them carry me away to the Egyptian God or whatever. Babylonians had this prayer. Eventually, Christians took up this prayer, you know what I'm saying, and made one for themselves, the Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Jewish people, which you're about to read, they had a little weird prayer for their Yiddish. You read?
The Jewish prayer says, in the name of the Lord God of Israel, may Michael be at my right hand, Gabriel at my left, Uriel before me, Raphael behind me, and Shekhinah of God be above my head.
Right. So the Jewish people made a damn prayer with this spirit in mind. Go ahead.
A Christian version has been found for Germany at the end of the medieval period.
Right. The Germans, they started the Christian part. Right. Go ahead. And the Germans were before Jewish. That's why I brought the Christian up first. Go ahead.
Sir. However, the first known record of the lyrics in English is from the Thomas Addy's Witchcraft Treasury, a candle in the
what? The Thomas what?
From the Thomas Addy's
Witchcraft. This was from a witchcraft poem. Go ahead.
Treatise, a candle in the dark, or a treatise concerning the nature of witches and witchcraft.
So read that again.
It says in English is the Thomas Addy's Witchcraft.
The English version of it was the Thomas Addis. Thomas Addis Witchcraft. Go ahead.
Treatise.
A treatise. Let me get it. What's the spell?
Treatise.
Treatise. Witchcraft treatise. Go ahead.
Witchcraft treatise.
Read that again.
In English, it's the Thomas Addy's Witchcraft Treatise.
The Witchcraft Treatise. This was when it first came out in English, during the Witchcraft Treatise. Go ahead.
A candle in the dark, or a treatise concerning the nature of witches and witchcraft.
And concerning the nature of witches and witchcraft. Go ahead.
In 1656, which tells the story of a woman in Essex who claimed to have lived in the reign of Mary the First.
Like she claimed I'm married. I'm married. I'm living in the reign of Mary the First. Go ahead.
And in 1553 through 58, and who was alive in his time and blessed herself every night with the popish charm, Matthew.
It's a charm. She used to bless herself every night with the popish charm. This was like a charm. A charm is like magic, good luck things you do. Right. You know what I'm saying? So she blessed herself with the charm. Go ahead.
Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
That's what they call this poem. Go ahead. This charm. This charm. Go ahead. This witchcraft charm. Go ahead.
The bed be blessed that I lie on. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, bless the bed that I lie on.
Good. So that's Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Bless the bed that I lie on. Go ahead.
Concert. There are 4 corners to my bed. 4 angels round my head.
There are 4 corners in my bed and 4 angels round my head. Go ahead.
1 to watch and 1 to pray. And 2 to bear my soul away.
1 to watch, 1 to pray, and 2 to bear my soul away. Go ahead.
Now I lay me down to sleep.
Now a child is praying about her soul going away. God, go ahead.
I pray the Lord my soul to keep.
Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. Death. Go ahead.
If I should die before I wake.
If I should die before I wake. Go ahead.
I pray the Lord my soul to take.
I pray the Lord my soul to take. That's what we've been taught since children. So all of us, black and brown, Native American Indians, we've been taught about death and dying since we were children. And that's all we talk about. Once again, Biggie and Tupac. You ever ask them, I say, I see people in the world, my neighbors, man. And then, they say, how you doing? I say, oh, I'm good, brother. How you doing? Oh, I must be doing good. I'm alive. That's all I hear. I must be doing good. I'm here. I'm alive. I say, brother, how they say, they always speak to me first. I damn they don't speak to nobody. Hey, how you doing, man? Hey, brother. How you? I've been good. How you been? I've been good. I'm walking. I'm here. I'm still breathing. You know what I'm saying? That's all I hear from people in the world. You know what I'm saying? They only good because they still breathing. And they ain't dropped dead yet. We always thinking about death. You understand? And so people talking about death before they die, it's nothing phenomenal. It's just what we do anyway. We talk about it for 30 years. And one day we're going to die. You know what I'm saying? And they say, oh, shit, he just said last week. He did say it the week before that, too. And the week before that, and the week before that. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing magical going on. I heard a story, man, of a kid. When I hear it at, it might have been on one of them Netflix documentaries. I'm not sure, but they said it was a kid that his mother took him to a funeral with his little kid friend. Friend got caught up in some shit, drive by, some mess. You know what I'm saying? And so he in the funeral and he looking at the casket. So he turned to his mother and said, Mom, when I die, bury me in my regular clothes, because the kid, his friend had a suit on. He said, bury me in my regular clothes so my friends could recognize me. Okay, Mom? Mom, just promise me when I die, just bury me in my regular clothes so my friends could recognize me. And that's hell. You know what I'm saying? That's hell when a child is asking his mother what to bury him in. Because, he could go. Look, my buddy's right there in the casket. You know what I'm saying? That's hell. And all we think about is death because we in hell and the church is teaching us about death all the goddamn time. Right. All about, like, slaves are obsessed with the thought of dying and death all the time. All the time. Because this place is so terrible. You know what I'm saying? Right. America's so terrible, all we think about is dying in hell. Right. Read Matthew 10:28. Then I'm going to get Ecclesiastes 3:16. And listen, if you're thinking about death all the time, it could bring a spirit of depression on you. You know what I'm saying? If you be afraid of it. You know what I mean? The scriptures say fear nothing but the Most High. Now, if you're afraid of death constantly and you let that Christian spirit be on you of being afraid of dying every day, and I woke up, thank God I woke up today, and all that's Christian, man. Thank God I woke up. Listen, in the UPK, our soldiers know, we tell them all the time, they're not allowed to die. Right. And that's that. Right. Our soldiers ain't allowed to die, and that's that. You know what I'm saying? You sisters, you ain't allowed to die. Stop thinking about death every day, all the day. Thanking God, I thank you that I'm woke, Lord. Yahweh, I thank you that. No, don't say Yahweh with no Christian prayer. Thanking him that you're alive. Listen, you're here, man. Serve the Lord, that's all. Do what you're supposed to do. Go ahead.
Somebody said, if I could, what you're saying is so heavy because, you hear that phrase a lot, day above ground is a good day. And then I have you think like, damn, I don't even want to talk to you no more. You think like that. It's just a whole sentence.
Yeah, and it's so natural because of the church. In this place we in, this hell we in. It's so natural to only think about that, but we cut from a different cloth in here, you know what I'm saying? Like, it feel weird when they talk like that to us. You know what I'm saying? Because we, like a guy saying that rap, we don't pray on our knees. You know what I'm saying? We men, we going to stand and we going to go to war. You know what I'm saying? And everybody else who goes against us, they better think about some death. You know what I'm saying? If you go against the ISUPK, it might be wise for you to consider death. That's right. Because it could come to you. You understand? Matthew 10:28.
Oh, gosh. This book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 28. Mm-hmm. And fear not them which kill the body.
Don't be afraid of them which kill the body. Go ahead.
But are not able to kill the soul.
Right. Like our oppressor, he can beat us in our back. He can lynch us from trees. He can kill our body and destroy our body. but he can't do nothing to our spirit. He can't force us to love him. He can't. Now, he uses witchcraft and convince you Christians and you Christian Israelites to love him. And you can be convinced to love this world. But our soldiers and our soldierettes, our sisters in the ISUPK, you can't control our spirit, brother. We're going to love the Most High and hate everything about our oppressor. You understand? And ain't nothing you can do about that. You can beat us literally to death. You understand? But it ain't going to make us love you. It ain't going to make us enjoy Christmas. You know what I'm saying? So don't fear them that can destroy the body, but they cannot change your spirit, your soul, your mind. Go ahead.
But rather, fear him.
Fear him. Fear him who?
Which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
We're supposed to fear the only man that can destroy our soul and body in this hell. In hell. And where is that? Where's the only place that your body and your spirit can be destroyed? This hell called America, man. Right down here on the earth. Right down here on the earth. Hell is right here on the earth. Guess what? So is heaven going to be on this earth. That kingdom that the Bible talk about, that kingdom that Christ is bringing, that kingdom that the 12 tribes of Israel is going to rule, is going to be right here on the same earth that this hell is on that we live in. Once again, we've been saying since 1969, heaven and hell are two conditions. Two conditions played out right here on the earth. We're going to prove it. We're going to prove it. Ecclesiastes 3:16.
Okay.
Heaven is a condition of riches and power and might and control and riches. Did I say riches? Right here on this earth. That's why the Lord's Prayer say, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in your heaven, Lord. In earth, man. Because his kingdom is coming to this earth. The kingdom of heaven is coming right here to the earth, man. And we're going to rule this earth, and we're going to put everybody under our feet, everybody who's hurt us.
That's right.
You understand? So heaven is on this earth. It's going to be on this earth. And hell, we know that's on the earth because we've been living it since we was born.
Right.
What you thought crack addiction was? Heroin. What you think that is? What you think watching black men go to jail and get murdered for carrying a cell phone and having a little baggie of marijuana when white people can storm the Capitol and they get released? You think these white people going to jail for storming that Capitol? Man, you crazy. And Republicans already talking about, it's been a few weeks. Let's forget about it and put it in backup. They're already talking about that. They act like they wanted to impeach Trump because he sent them devils to terrorize and assault them politicians. And now they're saying, it's been a few weeks. Let's just put it behind us. Let's leave Trump alone. You understand? Because why? White privilege and white power is ruling the land. And that's that. Go ahead, David.
I'm about to say, sir, this is a great story. If you want it, sir, real quick, when it goes into exactly what you were just saying. It says a black Capitol rioter was denied bail while many white participants granted release.
Look at that. Everybody, all them white people that got bail from that Capitol, man. They picked them up, took them in. The captain stole Nancy Pelosi laptop. They said somebody stole the big thing, the stand, the big wooden joint. They just stole out the Capitol. They was in there with Confederate flags, busting the windows. They arrested him because everybody crying about it, so they arrested him. But they out on bail, man. And them rich racist Edomites sending money in and posting their bail and all that, man. That old Kenosha shooter out there shooting everybody. They even sent him a bunch of money. Ricky Schroeder got on board. Right. Ricky Schroeder said, man, let me help this guy out. They support each other, man. White privilege is real. White power is real in America, man. And we got to accept it. But they found some black people that was in the Capitol, which he shouldn't have been.
Right.
Dickhead, excuse my French. Dickhead, excuse my French. He up in there riding with these white folk with our oppressor, and now they denying his bail. That's what he get, man. I pray the Lord have mercy on him. That's damn well what he get. Where was I at?
Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 16.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 16. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment.
Like the Lord, like Ecclesiastes, the Lord is saying through the prophet, he said, I saw under the sun. What's under the sun? Anybody? The earth is under the sun. So he saw on the earth, under the sun, what? What did he see?
That wickedness was there.
After the sun.
Oh, sorry.
No problem.
The place of judgment.
The place of judgment. That's heaven and hell. That's the place of judgment, man. You don't got to die to go to the place of judgment and get cursed into hell or heaven or purgatory. Some of you believe in some weird purgatory place. You ain't got to die to go to be judged for that. Right. You born into your judgment, man. Right. The earth is the place of judgment. And when we born into this earth, read.
That wickedness was there.
That wickedness will be here. Hell will be here. Hell and sin and evil, all of that is right here in the earth, and we get judged for it. Read.
And the place of righteousness.
But also that other thing, the place of righteousness is here. On this earth is where you can join the One West ISUPK school.
Right.
You can join us under Commander Jimmy Hanna and really learn to serve the Most High in Christ. And then righteousness will be in your life. You can get righteousness here. You can get heaven right here. The scripture said we was going to be blessed 100-fold before the kingdom, man. That's what it say in the New Testament, man. And being in the ISUPK, hell is damn near like I ain't in hell.
Right.
I forget I'm in hell till I go out my doors, till I leave out of this school.
Right.
And then I'm reminded, damn, we still here. You understand? Because in this school, brother, it's beautiful. Right. I go all the way to Houston in their school, and it's like heaven, man.
Right.
I go to Vegas down with them brothers, and it's like heaven. Right. I go to Chicago Road with Mayakaahla, and it's like heaven, man. We roll down to New York for the councils and for the different events down with Captain Cesariak and the brothers, man, and it's heaven. It's only outside our doors that we reminded we still in hell, man.
Right.
That this is the place of judgment. Wickedness is here, and also that righteousness is here. Read.
That iniquity was there.
That iniquity was here. Read.
Verse 17. I said in mine heart, God shall judge the righteous and the wicked.
The Most High. This is where judgment happens. This is where the Most High judges the righteous and the wicked. Go ahead.
For there is a time there for every purpose.
For there is a time here for every purpose, man. So we living in hell right now, but we coming out of it. All we got to do is hold on. The Lord looking for enough faithful brothers to prove themselves, man. To prove themselves. And once again, because black people talk about death before they die, it don't mean that they're spiritually inclined. It's just that the Christian church has taught us to talk about death all the time. All the time. Why? Because it is terrible hell we live in. It's damn near understandable why they talk about death all the time, because of what we see and living every day. It's a horrible, horrible situation. Let me get the question, the last question. I don't know if it's the last, but the next question.
Come on. Is it wrong to have a sinful thought or dream that you would never actually act on, like murder or adultery?
All right, this is a good question. Believe it or not, is it wrong to have a sinful thought that you would never actually act on, like murder or adultery? Now, somebody having thoughts and dreams about adultery and murder, you know what I'm saying? The question itself is your answer, actually. Is it wrong to have a sinful thought or dream? It's sinful. You understand? And we all know sin is wrong. So it's wrong to have a sinful thought, but I'm going to prove it with scripture. You understand? And show you how to fight it. You know, to show you how our King showed us how to fight sinful thoughts. You understand? It's not a sin just thinking about it, but it's you on that road. You understand? Give me Matthew 5:27.
Oh God. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 27. Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time.
This is Christ speaking. He reminded you of the law of Moses. When he say old time, he's talking about the Old Testament, the laws of Moses and of the prophets. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Thou shalt not commit adultery. That's one of our laws. What is adultery? A woman that has a man, having sex with another man. What is adultery? A brother that has his woman and he gets rid of his woman. He quits his woman. He quits his girlfriend to replace her with another woman. That is adultery. That is adultery. Read.
Verse 28. But I say unto you that whosoever looketh on a woman.
Christ said in the Old Testament, the laws of Moses say if you commit adultery, it's a sin. It's wrong. But I'm going to say this to you. Whosoever what?
Looketh on a woman.
Whosoever look at a woman. Go ahead.
To lust after her.
To lust after her. Go ahead.
Hath committed adultery with her already in his heart.
You have committed adultery already in your heart, which is your mind. You looking at a woman. What kind of woman is this that we talking about here? What kind of woman is this you looking at and lusting after? A married woman. That's the only kind of woman it could be. It's adultery. We talking about adultery. So you looking at a woman with a man and you lusting after her. The Lord said you have already committed adultery in your heart, man. You already committing adultery in your mind. Read.
Verse 29. And if thy right eye offend thee.
And if thy right eye offend, and listen, this goes with murder too, because they mentioned murder. If you're thinking about murder, which is a sin, a death penalty offense sin, just like adultery. You understand? Scriptures say if you take a man's daughter without permission, it's damn near like murder. You understand? You rape a man, you force a man's daughter. You understand? Don't be coming to him with no dowry, like the Israelite groups say. You can take a man's daughter and force her and rape her. You just got to get that man his dowry. You come to me with a dowry, you ain't walking out of here. You understand? Because that is, it's like murder. The scriptures say in Deuteronomy. It's equivalent to murder. You take a man's daughter from him. You understand? So here it's saying what? Read that line again.
Okay. And if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out.
If thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out. Go ahead.
And cast it from thee.
What does that look like? The topic is adultery, right? Adultery. The Lord said, if you look at another man's woman and you lusting after her, and she married and you lusting after her, you've already committed a death penalty offense in your mind.
Right.
So if your right eye offend you, pluck it out, man, and cast it from you. What does that look like? Everybody don't understand that part. He's teaching you how to fight the sin of adultery.
Right.
Like we brought out earlier. The law said don't commit adultery, but it don't go down and tell you how to fight adultery, how to get it out of your head, how to get it out of your heart. Christ did that. He showed us how to fight it. He gave us a conscience and a way to fight these things. What does it mean? I'll answer in a second. Nobody online? What does it mean to, if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out? Read on about.
Okay. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish. And not that thy whole body should be cast into hell.
It's profitable for you to lose that part, that member, rather than your whole body die, because of adultery is a death penalty offense. Read on.
Verse 30. And if thy right hand offend thee.
And if your right hand offend you, go ahead.
Cut it off.
Cut it off. Go ahead.
Cast it from thee.
And cast it from you. What does that look like? Same thing as the first one. Read.
For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell.
So who can tell me what that looks like concerning adultery? What does it mean to grab that eye, that sinful eye, and throw that shit away? What does it mean to cut your right hand off that is offending you, is causing this offense, and casting it away? Anybody? Anybody?
Get rid of those habits.
What habits?
Looking at another man's wife.
Looking, con. What else? You want it. You want it good too. Con. Well, what that looks like, okay, before you commit the adultery, at first, you might be speaking to a sister. Hey, sis, shalom. Hey, shalom, brother. How you doing? Or somebody in the world that you know got a man. Hey, how you doing, Tina? How you doing? Hey, what's going on? How you been? I'm good. Hey, Tina, you looking good. No, she might say it to you. Hey, you looking good, brother. You looking, what you up to? Oh, man, I've been teaching now. I'm an Israelite, this and that. Oh, man, you looking good. You be around the way? Why don't you hit me up? You take my number? Ain't you still with Steve? Yeah, but that nigga, he's sickening, man. I'm probably about to get rid of him soon. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably about to get rid of him soon. Hey, take my number. Just call me when you're free. You know what I'm saying? Some sisters will come at you like that. You know what I mean? And so, and that's why the scripture in the Apocrypha say, sit not and meet with her. Right. You know what I'm saying? You ain't don't sit with a woman that's married. You understand? If you speak to a woman in the world, anywhere, and you feel kind of this flirtatious thing going on, you know what I'm saying? Knowing she got a man, then that's your eye. That's your right eye. That's flirting, that's speaking, that's seeing her or being where she is, that's the right hand. You sisters, you got a man, and when you see some brother that you knew or that you met and you turned on and he kind of flirting and you kind of liking it, you'll never do it. I'll never act on it, you understand? But maybe I had these thoughts or these dreams. That thought, that dream or this sinful thing is the road to committing the actual sin. You understand? So if your right eye offend thee, pluck it out. Meaning don't go around that brother no more. Brother, don't go around that sister no more. Don't speak to her. Don't speak to her. Speaking to her, y'all gonna lock eyes and it's like, hey, Shalom, you trying to hurry up? How you doing, sis? And walk away, but oh, she's so fine. And look how she's looking at me. Look at this. If that's too much, that's gonna lead to the adultery. Don't do that. Don't be there. Don't speak no more. Don't look at her no more. Cut that off. It ain't wrong to say hi to a sister, is it? Ain't no sin. Ain't no sin to say hi to speak to a sister. Ain't no sin to speak to a brother. But if speaking to that brother, if speaking to that sister, gonna cause them thoughts, which is the first step to the sin that's gonna get you killed, don't speak. Right. Don't be around. That's what the cutting off the eye is. That eye is that speaking and flirting. That eye is being, she at this bus stop every week. I'm gonna be there too. I'm there too. She coming here now. She gonna be there. Go to the next bus stop. Catch a cab. Catch an Uber. God damn it. But don't put yourself around this thing that's gonna cause the thought to commit the sin. Because that's where everything starts. Y'all seen Mari, right? Everybody seen Mari. Well, we went out. We was just speaking. I don't know, Mari. And one thing led to another. There it is. Right. There it is. That right eye, that right hand, you understand, is offended, and you don't cut it off. You keep it, and now the whole body gets destroyed. You understand? So that's what that's talking about. Read on. And once again, Moses' law, like I said earlier, Moses, the laws was just do this, do that. If you do this, you die. If you do that, you die. If you don't do this, you die. If you celebrate that, you die. And it was so Moses and all the priests and all the judges could know if he did this law, the Lord said to do this. But it didn't teach you how to fix yourself. Here, Christ is teaching you how to do it. He taught us how to fight, how to avoid this sin. Go to James 1:14. Christ knew how to teach us right, man. He knew how to talk. He knew how to bring it home. He connected those laws with the righteousness and the point that and the purpose of the Most High. He connected it all together. You understand? Go ahead. You got it?
So, this is the book of James, 1 verse 14. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust.
So first it starts in the mind. Satan know what you like. He know you like that kind. And he know that kind got a man. So he gonna try to cause the connect at some point. You understand? And when you tempted, you can't blame the Most High. You can't blame nobody. When you tempted, it's because you drawn away of your own lust. All that flirting, all that. We didn't all been there. We didn't have to cut people off. You understand? We didn't have to cut people. Your ex, she reaching out. You find out she got a man. She flirting with you, and you flirting. Oh man, this might be something. Then somehow she mentioned her husband or some cat she went down with the kids and all that. You're like, oh my God, bitch. You know what I'm saying? What to do? You know what I mean? You got to cut that off, man. And it only take a couple questions anyway. We good at it in the UPK. We good with meeting assist and asking. And they not used to the question to this day. I can't believe it. You sis, you got a man? Huh? They ain't good with the question. Nobody asked them that. Jake don't ask you got a man. He could care less. But the soldiers in the ISUPK, look, sis, you married? You got a man? Do you got a man? No, I'm not married. Ain't no ring on my finger. Do you got a man? Is there some man that say you his woman? Oh, well, yeah, but what that got to do with the? We don't roll like that, man.
Right.
We cuts it off. We cuts it off quick. Read, what's up? Where we at?
James 1:14 at the end.
Go ahead. So every man is tempted when he's drawn away of his own lust. Read.
And entice.
And you entice. You understand? She got a pretty smile. She a pretty chick, but she don't belong to you, brother. Come on. We got laws to live by. Respect your brother. Honor your brother. Think of him. Our love for our brothers got to start being greater than the love for these women, man. It got to be, man. In the world, you felt some pride when you take a brother's woman, man. You felt pride because you can do it, because your game was stronger than his. Honor your brother, man. That's what the UPK is about. Read.
Verse 15. Then when lust hath conceived.
And now when that lust is conceived, when your thoughts and them dreams you having, when that should take hold and you start acting on it, go ahead.
It bringeth forth sin.
Then the sin happens. Then the full act is in. Now, oops, I don't know what happened, Maury. First, we just drinking and talking and laughing, and he was so funny. Next thing you know, I'm in the triple buck. I don't know how my clothes fell off, Maury. I don't know what's going on. Because sin then conceived, man. What does it say conceived?
And when lust hath conceived.
And when lust conceived, that's when your lust has conceived. Go ahead.
It bringeth forth sin.
It bringeth forth to sin. Go ahead.
And sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death.
And now after you feeling bad. Oh my God, what have I done? I can't believe that happened. Now you in line for death now. Now the Most High, he about to handle you now. Because you didn't let your thought in that dream get you into the sin. So the thoughts and the dreams, that's the first step to the actual sin. So you want to cut off those thoughts and dreams. And what most people don't know, which we know in the ISUPK, people in the world don't know, that those thoughts and dreams is attacks from Satan. They're demons. Demons don't control you like in our oppressors movie. They don't make you walk and choke people. They don't make you, oh my God, I can't stop. Oh no, I'm choking you. Oh no, I'm gonna stab you. Oh no, I'm commit adultery with you. That ain't how it works. You understand? Demons talk to you. They use your feelings, your emotions. They use words. And if you don't know you're being attacked by a demon, most people in the world just think that's their thoughts. They say, oh my God, why am I thinking about touching that little girl? I must be a molester. Oh no. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's an attack from Satan convincing you to be a molester. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what homos think of, but you know, Satan might tell him, that guy, oh, he got some cute eyebrows. And the people in the world are like, oh my God, what am I talking about? He got cute eyebrows. Am I a homo? What's going on? And without the truth, you'll think that those are your thoughts, and they keep coming, and so I must be homosexual. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Especially after your uncle, you remember, oh, my uncle did do this to me when I was 5. You understand? So in the truth, we know that Satan comes in our minds and our thoughts, and he talks to us, but we are taught to battle him right back. We know how to answer them voices. We know how to answer those feelings, and we know how to go to war with him. Was that it? Okay, cut. So that's it. So the answer is it wrong to have a sinful thought or dream? Yes, it is. But there's a way you can fight it and cut it off so that the sin never happens. So the sin never happens. If you keep putting yourself in a position to have those sinful thoughts and those sinful dreams, you're going to fail. And you're going to fail hard. You're going to fail hard, man.
Right.
Next question.
Last question, sir.
And once again, send your questions in, man.
Right.
Send your questions in, Askyetheprophets at gmail.com, or send a message to the Askyetheprophets page on Facebook. I believe we got Twitter. We might got, what's that other one? Instagram? I ain't sure. We got that yet?
On the way, sir.
On the way. We got it coming. So that's all, you know. So shout out to everybody who online. Read the last question.
Comment, sir. Someone asks, is it wrong for a woman not to want a husband?
Is it wrong for a woman not to want a husband? Is it wrong for a woman? Give me 1 Corinthians 7:7. It's not wrong for a woman not to want a husband, but examine yourself on why you don't want to have a husband. Because a lot of sisters, there ain't nothing wrong. Once again, you could not have a husband say, I don't want to. Well, and a husband is, once again, having sex with a man. That's what a husband is. Can I get, somebody got the Bible dictionary? Get that real quick. I got one if you don't have it. No, sir. Look up marriage in the Bible dictionary. Let me show you what marriage is according to the Bible. In the Hebrew, the word for husband is ayash, which means man. That's your man. Your husband is no different from your man, or what you call a boyfriend. You understand? And the Hebrew word for wife is the feminine of man, ayasha. Ayasha, that's wife in the Hebrew, aka woman. Ayasha means woman or wife. So that's your woman, or in the world, you might call her your girlfriend. Those are the same things. Girlfriend, your woman, your wife, same thing. Your boyfriend, your man, your husband, same thing. It's all the same thing. How do you get a husband? How do you get a wife? We're about to read it now.
Come, sir. This is Designer Van Compact Bible Dictionary, page 345. Marriage is an intimate personal union to which a man and a woman consent.
Now, slow down. Y'all gotta understand this. This is what marriage is. It's intimate. It's an intimate. Go ahead.
Marriage is an intimate, personal.
Intimate and personal. So marriage is very intimate between a man and a woman. Very intimate and very personal. It's the most personal act you can do between a man and a woman, that exists. It's the most intimate and personal action that you can do. Read.
An intimate personal union.
It's a union. That's what the word marriage means. Look it up. Marriage means to come together. Right. It's a union. That's what the word marriage means. It's an intimate and personal union or coming together. Go ahead.
To which a man and woman.
Go ahead.
Consent.
They consent. Raping a woman is not marriage. You Christian Israelites, you can't go raping no broad talking about we married now because you forced her, man. That's not marriage. It's where a man and a woman consent. Y'all both agree that we gonna do this. I'm into you, you into me. Let's do it. You gotta consent. Read.
Consummated.
It's consummated. Go ahead.
And continuously nourished.
Now, consummated means what? Who knows? What does consummated mean?
Sex, sir?
No, not the word consummated doesn't mean sex. But what is consummate? You consummate something, you do what? Anybody online or no?
Not online, yes.
No, sir. You want to give it a shot, Barzal?
Kind of like, it's like agreement or something.
You closer to it. You closer. Go ahead.
I have the definition, sir.
Go ahead.
Consummate, meaning complete or make perfect. Make a marriage complete by having sexual intercourse.
That's it? No sweat. That's close too. To consummate something is to make it official. It's like to make it official. Like now, this is official. Marriage is made official. Is made perfect, which you use, is made permanent. This act, this seals the deal. In other words, that's what consummate means. And marriage is made perfect, it seals the deal, and it's made official, and what? And continuously what?
Continuously nourished.
So it's made official and it's continually nourished, continually made healthy, continually made strong. Read.
By sexual intercourse.
By sexual intercourse. So that's what marriage is. When you have sex with a woman, when a woman has sex with a man, you done made your marriage official. You done consummated the marriage.
Right.
And now, once it's consummated, once it's made official and perfect, now it's your job to continually make the marriage healthy through that sexual intercourse. You understand? Right. That's marriage. That's marriage. So what am I reading? So y'all got 1 Corinthians 7:7? No sweat. So now, is it wrong to not want a husband? No, it's not wrong. But I do know a lot of you sisters who don't want husbands, you don't want it for the wrong reason. I hear a lot of you say, well, I can't be submitting to no man. I can't be doing what no man tell me, so I'd rather stay single. And a lot of you lying, man, because you're not staying single. You going home, you sleeping with your exes and Negroes in the world and doing all type of mess, man. Most of you doing that. And a lot of you go home and that box is killing you, man. That thing is throbbing. That thing is dragging you around the house. Oh my God. But I ain't gonna get no husband because I can't listen to him. I can't get no husband because he might want another wife, and I know I can't handle that. That's the main reason. You don't want him to get no other wife. You understand? A lot of you got bad reasons to not have a husband. Now, if you're a sister that don't want a husband, you ain't got no attraction to a man, and then your job is to serve the priests of the ISUPK. Right. You to serve the Lord and put your brick in and do everything you can for the priests of the Lord, for the school that you under. Right. Because that's your husband now. The school is your husband. The priest over that school is your husband, and you treat them good and do whatever you can do to build up that nation and build up that school. That's fine. Right. But most of you don't want no man because of selfishness, because you don't want to get right. In that case, you need to get counsel from the ISUPK. Get counsel to get those demons out of you so you can deserve a husband, because a lot of you so full of monsters inside of you that you don't even deserve no husband. We wouldn't even let no brother. We'd tell him, no, don't marry her. Don't marry her because your head ain't right yet. And all you're going to do is cause this brother grief. You understand? So you need to get counsel and get them demons out of you so you can be ready for a husband. A lot of you understand? But it's not a sin to not have a husband, but check yourself as to why you're not getting a husband, as to why you don't want a husband. 1 Corinthians 7:7.
Oh God. This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 7 and verse 7. For I would that all men were even as myself.
Now, Paul, he's talking about having a woman, having a relationship. And he said he would hope that all men could be strong like himself and not have a woman and still do this work. Be all up in this work and not have a woman. Go ahead.
But every man hath his proper gift of God.
But every man can't go without a woman. Every man, he need that rod to be fulfilled. You understand? So he can find himself a good woman, if that's the case. He can find himself a sister to be with. Read.
One after this manner.
Same with a woman. You know what I'm saying? Same with a woman. She might not want a husband and she might be trying to be righteous, but, the Lord built that body, that flesh, and that body needs sex sometimes. And Paul is saying, if you can go without it, that's what's up. Be strong like me and go without it, but every man have his gift. Some brothers don't have the gift to go without sex for a long time. So he should get himself a woman, a proper woman. Every woman don't have the gift to just go years and years without sex, so she should try to get herself a good man, a good soldier in the ISUPK. You know what I'm saying? And fulfill that need. And what does it say? But every man what? One after what?
One after this manner, and another after that.
So different gifts. So one brother got this gift, that brother got another gift. Go ahead. Some brothers got the gift of being without a woman. Some brothers can't. I didn't try it. I realized I can't. So I had to pick good women. You understand? Read.
Verse 8. I say therefore to the unmarried and widows.
To the unmarried and to the widows. Go ahead.
It is good for them if they abide even as I.
That's a good thing if you ain't got no husband. Let the school be your husband. Brother, it's a good thing if you ain't got no rib. Let this work and let the school be your rib, man. It's good for you to abide, just like Paul abode. Go ahead.
Verse 9. But if they cannot contain.
But if you are losing your mind because you need a woman, if you're losing your mind because you need a man, read.
Let them marry.
Then you should go to the council and ask permission for any brother that you're interested in that's been here for 6 months, because Paul is saying, let them marry. You need sex. And so you want to start down that road of finding you a righteous brother to have sex with. Brothers, you want to start down that road to finding you a righteous sister to have sex with. And the priests and prophets of the Most High in Christ in the ISUPK, they can help steer you on that path, man. Right. We can help put you there. So Paul said it is better to marry. Let them marry. Go ahead.
For it is better to marry.
Now, I'm going to take the word marry, I'll put have sex there, because that's what it means. That's what it means. If you cannot contain, go have sex then. But he ain't saying just run out this day and have sex with anybody. He ain't saying go out and be no whore. He ain't saying for brothers to go out and be adulterers. He ain't saying that. He just saying have the counsel, find you a woman that won't stress you, a good woman that deserve you, you understand, and vice versa, and have sex with her after the allotted time. Read. Because what?
Then to burn.
It is better what?
Oh, for it's better to marry.
It is better to have sex with a righteous brother or a righteous sister in the school. Go ahead.
Than to burn.
Than to burn, man. Than to burn. Because if you talking about you don't want no man, you don't want no husband, you just want to serve the Most High. But lo and behold, when you back home, you giving your ex some, you giving Tony some down the street, you letting him hit every now and then. Y'all ain't serious, so this ain't really your husband. So you ain't got to be dedicated to him. A lot of you haven't heard you say, and I look at you like Satan when I hear it. I saw a post recently, man, where a sister was talking about, getting a good husband and submitting to him and doing this and that. And of course, you got sisters commenting. And one sister said, definitely, I'm all for submitting to a man that's godly, that's doing the right thing. So now, what does that mean? She will submit to a man as long as he's doing the right thing, as long as he's godly and righteous. In her stupid mind, what in the hell she know what a godly man is, right, or what a righteous man is? That just means a man that will do everything she say and approve of, then it's okay with her. You selfish, dirty thing. You understand? Come and get counsel, man. Get them demons out of you. Right. You understand? Because you want a man, you're just too stubborn and full of pride and selfishness to get you a man. And with all that selfishness and pride, no man should have you anyway. No man should have to go through being with you. Read. Where we at? That was the end of that, right? Go to Genesis 4:1. Just further proof of what we read in the Bible dictionary. The sex is marriage. That's what marriage is. You understand? I want Genesis 4:1, then I'm going to read a line in 4:17, and then 4:25.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 4, verse 1.
Go ahead.
And Adam knew Eve, his wife.
Adam knew Eve. She was his woman. That's what wife means, woman. Adam knew her, and when he knew her, what happened? Go ahead.
And she conceived.
Go ahead. She got pregnant. When Adam knew her, she got pregnant. Go ahead.
And bare Cain.
And bare Cain. Had a baby and named him Cain. That's it. That's all I need from that. Go to 4:17. Okay. So when Adam knew his wife Eve, when he knew her, she got pregnant. Why? Because knowing her means sex. And that sex means marriage. And that's why she was called his wife. Read.
Verse 17. And Cain knew his wife.
Now this is Cain, the baby who was just born from Adam knowing Eve and marrying his wife Eve. Cain one day knew a woman and married a woman. Go ahead. And what happened?
And she conceived.
And she got pregnant. Read.
And bare Enoch.
And had a baby named Enoch. That's what happens when you know your woman, when the woman knows her man, a lot of times she gets pregnant because it's sex. That's what the knowing is. It's sex. It's marriage. 4:25.
Verse 25. And Adam knew his wife again.
What? He did what?
Knew his wife again.
Which means he had sex with her again. He had sex with her more times. And what happened this time? Go ahead.
And she bare a son.
And she got pregnant again. Read.
And called his name Seth.
And called his name Seth. So he married. So they're married now. That's his man. That's his woman. And he's her man. And when he knowing her, consummating, continually nourishing the marriage, she got pregnant again. First he consummated and then had Cain. Cain consummated his marriage and had Enoch. Adam went and continuously nourished his woman with that sex, and she had another son named Seth. Give me Genesis 19:6.
Okay. It's the book of Genesis, chapter 19 and verse 6.
So this is just showing in the Bible you know, what getting a husband is, what knowing getting a wife is, marriage, by knowing them. Go ahead.
And Lot went out at the door unto them.
This is Lot, when all the homosexuals was trying to rape the angels that had visited Lot. And he was hosting them in his house. All the homos of Sodom and Gomorrah came to have sex and rape the two angels that were in Lot's house. And Lot was trying to defend the angels from this mob of homos. Go ahead.
And shut the door after him.
Go ahead. So Lot went outside and shut the door. The angels was in his house. He went out to the mob of homos to talk to them, to talk them down, to de-escalate this mob of homos trying to rape these brothers. Go ahead.
Verse 7. And said, I pray you, brother, do not so wicked.
Do not so wickedly. Go ahead.
Verse 8. Behold now.
Now check out what Lot about to tell these homos. Go ahead.
I have 2 daughters.
I have 2 daughters. Go ahead.
Which have not known man.
Which have not known man, meaning they have never consummated a marriage. They have never gotten a man. They have no husband. They have no husband. They have never known a man. They have never had sex with a man. Read.
Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do ye to them as it good in your eyes.
And so Lot was so desperate to protect these men of God that he offered his daughters who had no husband because they had not ever known a man before. They never had sex before. He was willing to give them to this mob so that this mob don't do this wicked act in trying to rape these men of God that he was hosting in his home. Acts 21:8. Sloppy. Do I even need that? Let me see. Go to John 4:16.
This is the book of John, chapter 4 and verse 16.
Christ is about to prove what marriage is also, what having a husband is. Go ahead.
Jesus said unto her, Go, call thy husband.
Call thy husband. Because what this is, I'm going to set it up. Christ is at a well, right? A water well with a heathen woman, a Samaritan woman, who was not an Israelite, but she was around the land of Israelites. You understand? And he was at this well, and she had asked her. I think she had asked him for a drink, but he told her. He said, "If you knew who I was, you would have asked me for a drink, and I would have given you living water if you knew who I was." And she said, "Well, sir, give me this drink that I may live forever." Because then it sounds delicious. I'm paraphrasing. She said, "Give me this drink that you're talking about." And he said, "Go get your husband and tell him to come here." Because that's the proper order. You know what I'm saying? If you got a husband, then to be going back and forth with a man, you should get your husband to come deal with this man, especially a stranger. So he said, "Go call thy husband." Read on.
And come hither.
Go call your husband, and then both of y'all come here. Go ahead.
Verse 17. The woman answered and said,
and this is what she said to our king. Go ahead.
I have no husband.
I don't have no husband, which should mean I'm not having sex with anyone. Go ahead.
Jesus said unto her, Thou hast well said.
Christ told her, you spoke well. That's in the spirit that you said you ain't got no husband. Read.
I have no husband.
Right. That's right that you said that. Why? Go ahead.
Verse 18. For thou hast had 5 husbands.
For you done had 5 husbands, woman. You done had sex with 5 people. Go ahead.
And he whom thou now hast is not thy husband.
And the man you're having sex with right now ain't even your husband. You ain't even serious about him. What was Christ telling this woman? That she was a what? She already knew, but he was making it clear that she was what, you died? She was a whore. She was a whore. He said, well, you spoke well saying you ain't got no man because you done had 5 of them. And the man you with now ain't even your husband because you're a whore. Because you're a whore. And that's what most sisters who say, I don't have no man, I don't want no man, most of them are whores. Most of them are whores. And that's why you come into the ISUPK and change yourself and be born again, man. And learn how to get that pride and that selfishness and all those demons out of you, man. And you can get you a man if you want one. If you want one. And most of you want one, but the very few, if you're absolutely not attracted to a man, you don't want a man, you can bear, you can go without a man, then you just serve this nation, man, and serve the men of God. Right. And be a good sister, man. That's all. Thou hast had 5 husbands, and the man you're with now is not your husband. Our king called this woman a whore, and that's what she said. Read.
And that saidest thou truly. Verse 19. The woman saith unto him, Sir, I perceive that thou art a prophet.
A woman said to him, so, ooh, you must be a prophet. He know all my dirty business. He know all my dirty business. You are for sure a prophet, man. So that's what marriage is. That's what having a husband is. It is sex. You understand? It's sex. And it's not wrong to go without a husband. It's just like it's not wrong for a brother to go without a woman. But if you can't bear, if you're not having a woman because you're selfish and disgusting, and if you don't want a man because you're selfish and disgusting, get that fixed in you, man. Get that fixed in you. Have counsel and start working on it. We put you on a program to get all them demons out of you, man. Mm-hmm. And one day you'll have a husband and babies and a family. You'll be surprised. We done flipped lesbians up in the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana. Ex-lesbians then came in and got families now, good husbands, and they good women now, man, and serving the Lord. Right. You know what I'm saying? It can happen. It can happen. So be careful of the reason why you don't want a husband. So that's we over the time. Salaki. I'm gonna end it with that question, and then next week we're going to some new questions that brothers and sisters got. Again, I want to give a shout out to Captain Akkad, man, for that intro theme song. Most High in Christ. That joint is fire. That joint is fire. We tried to play the brothers from Florida, you know what I'm saying? But we'll be on it next week, man. We'll be on it next week. I also want to thank say Tawada to Captain Mashak. Captain Mashak put together these videos, you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Who else he said? I think from South Carolina, Officer Nakazaka Bar, he put together the flyer for the Askyetheprophets show. And the officer from Detroit, Kodash the Bar, he put together the video. And of course, Officer Yediah putting his magic on that thing too, man. And Barzal probably be in it too. I welcome everybody. Come on in. You know what I'm saying? So that's it for this week's show. Shalom, Israel.